Previously on Knight's Quest.
Mr. Bismarck, would you like to head back to my office and we can sign some contract deals?
Good morning. My name is Torfin. I am going to be your guide today. So we're actually standing in front of Borland Hall. In the hall is where every orc goes through their combat training. If you follow my lessons, you will be able to leave.
Alright, welcome everyone, guys, to Knight's Quest. I'm joined here with my friend Jamie and also my famous person?
Oh.
A famous TikTok star?
I was like, where are you going with this?
Unicorn Daddy 69 is here with us today in the studio.
When you say it like that. I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten asking me if I'm a brony because of my username.
What? Oh my, really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is only partially a bit. I'm actually joined with Jake, whose TikTok handle is Unicorn Daddy 69, and he is semi-famous. That might even be why you're here. That might even be how you found our show out.
That would be wild.
That'd be wild. Jake, tell us about your show. Your TikTok channel. What do you do over there?
I do videos with fun facts in them. Like,
are they
for
actually
example,
fun?
Some of them are. Some of them are kind of morbid.
Oh.
Here's a fun fact that's exclusive to this podcast, and I'm not going to make a video about it. Did you know that Disney has a special color of green paint that makes people not look at stuff?
Wait, what?
It's a special color of paint that, like, we as human beings overlook. Like, it's just one of those colors in the spectrum that we just glaze over. And so at the Disney parks, if they don't want you to notice something like security cameras or doorways that are for employee access only, they paint it. I think it's called go away green or something to that effect, but they paint it that specific green color and you just don't notice it. It's just not on your radar.
That's wild.
Weird. Okay.
If you want more fun facts, go follow Unicorn Daddy 69 on TikTok. It's going to have to be a real good time. Also, he fell for a Joe Mama joke. And I will never let him forget.
Watch that one.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yep, never going to live that down.
Never gonna live that down.
I will say, it's not as bad as one that I saw today.
Oh no.
It was some video, they were doing this safety training where they had to, like, jump down this huge chute. And in the video caption, they said it was for some sort of specific training. And somebody said, what is this training? And somebody commented, we actually use these in Germany. And they wrote it with all sorts of, like, umlauts and other accents over the names.
Yeah.
But they said, it's for Sugandis. And somebody said, what's Sugandis? Sugandis nuts!
That would work.
They got him.
That would be perfect for having it be in text, like you were describing. Because when you read it, you don't necessarily imagine what it'll sound like out loud.
Yeah, because if I say Sugandis, you're like, no.
I know that's not a forgotten Greek god, Sugandis.
Sugandis nuts.
That's not
You're
a
right.
river
It's not
in
a
China.
Greek god. It's a. Oh, I almost said it.
Yeah.
I almost said it.
Almost said what?
I almost said Sugandis was a spirit in Palladium. But I didn't.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
No,
I didn't say it.
Okay.
No.
Instead, we just have Banus. You know what? Speaking of Banus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's segue. Segue into the story.
Segwandies.
Segue these nuts. Doesn't work. We've got a lot of characters floating around, and so my goal is within the next.
Oh yeah.
What?
As usual.
As usual. Let's try to tie up some ends and see what happens. And I know as soon as I say that won't happen. So, Whoops, I screwed up. Let's go. Where do you guys want to jump in first? We can go to Johnny Biz, or we can go to the school.
I'm curious about the Jonathan scene. That's just my vote.
Okay, we'll go there.
Cool.
It's done. We've chosen. We resume with Abiil and Thrond who are standing right outside of Thrawn's like business, building, and Jonathan had just like frozen. Like he had been talking and then just stopped talking. And it was like, this is very abnormal. He has never done this in the entire time I've known him.
Been quiet.
Oh my
Be
God.
quiet, yes. Unless he was sleeping, and even then there is commotion. and then all of a sudden, as quickly as he was gone, Jonathan is back.
He like his posture like drops and he's just like, "What?" And he like looks around real quick and he like remembers where he is and like what's going on, and he like stands up straight real quick and he goes, "That was my pre-business meditation. I apologize if it was an inconvenience. But let's proceed, please."
I have seen stranger things. This is part of my line of work. Please, come in.
That was cool.
Yeah, you really just rolled with the punches on
Glad
that
we
one.
glazed over that.
I think Abiel's like, is this actually going to happen before every business meeting? I would like to know this.
That's out of my control, good buddy. I can't answer that. I don't know.
We will discuss this later.
We can discuss it all you want, but I didn't do that. That just happened. So
No, that's what I mean is like, we gotta discuss like, where did you die? Did you go? What happened?
I don't know. I don't think so, because this is. I mean,
like I said,
did my body go anywhere?
No, you just stopped.
Okay, I don't think I died.
Okay, well, you know what? We have business to deal with. We'll talk about your, out of body experience, some other day when I care. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Just you know what? Actually, I do care. That came off a little. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
All right.
He's in a good mood, but it's also a day where he didn't sleep the night before, so this has got to be a
true.
strange, like...
It's just this. That's what it was. It's the sleep. It's coming off. It's moody.
Are you coming in or not?
Tired Abiel has less of a filter than regular Abiel, which is terrifying. Yep, right
Yes,
behind
we're
you,
coming
big
in.
man.
Yep,
I mean, that's a
we're coming.
mood, yeah, I can get that.
You follow in behind, Thrawn, this epic, lumbering, but also beautifully flashy with his sparkly vest and polished tusks.
Yep.
You follow Thrawn into his business place, and on the walls, we've got all these beautiful posters of previous shows, of magnificent performers and wild beasts and magical and musical displays, all in these elaborate posters. And the space itself is very warm and cozy. You got some nice chairs for sitting in, and there's a desk that Thrawn sits behind. The desk itself is pretty simple and nicely made. Got some organized stacks of papers and some scrolls in the back, ink and quill, and just a couple baubles and trinkets on the desk. Not to make it look cluttered, but just to make it nice and decorative. And he gestures for you to sit on some chairs in front of his desk and says,
So, is this your guys' first time arranging this kind of a deal?
No.
Yes. I mean, no.
What I mean is that we have never arranged business in Rillian, of course.
In William, yes. This is a true fact. But we have done business. This is not our first time doing a thing like this.
Abiel is genetically incapable of sounding sincere.
Even anytime.
Yeah.
We are experienced businessmen, and we have not just met in the past month.
Okay, that's great.
Jonathan's just staring at Abiel, like dumbstruck.
Actually, you know what? Jonathan, can you roll persuasion?
Yeah. I assume there's some sort of a disadvantage I have to attach to this.
Yeah, add a setback die because of Abiel. Difficulty 3, because Thrawn's he's not a noob.
So just looking at this scene, is all of the furniture just a bit oversized to be tailor-made for Thrawn? And with that, do other people sitting in those chairs look comically small?
No. That's a great question.
Okay.
Thrawn's chair
Yes.
is, but the chairs that they are sitting in is proportionate to.
All right.
So it might be a little bit bigger because it's like for orcs in general, but it's not for Thrawn to sit in those chairs.
Oh, okay.
That's for other people. So Thrawn is very intentional about the layout.
All right, so good old Johnny Biz rolled a success and a disadvantage.
Oh, perfect. That's
Okay.
what I love to
All
hear.
right.
So you will succeed in convincing Thrawn that you are experienced
But
businessmen.
we have done business.
No, you have done a business. The disadvantage is going to be, though, I think moving forward, you and Abiil aren't going to be on the same wavelength.
Well,
that checks.
yeah.
Abiil won't be picking up what you're setting down moving forward.
Maybe even literally.
Maybe even literally. Oh, you dropped this.
Well, no, we wouldn't do that because
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
not
picking
Oh,
it
no,
up.
wait. You meant to drop it. I'll put it back.
I will leave it on the floor.
I'll leave it on the floor. You are an intentional businessman.
Jonathan scrambling to recapture this scenario. He claps his hands and goes, okay, so what do you need from us vis-a-vis information to do a performance?
Here's the deal. I have many performers come in and do their show. Sometimes it's just a one-off thing. Sometimes it's a part of a bigger act that I'm putting on with multiple performers. He gestures to some posters, holidays, festivals, things like that. But I don't normally let that go to new guys. Usually I let you do a solo act, maybe on a weeknight. When there's less show, we try it out. If it's a hit, you get a weekend. If it's a bigger hit, you get a bigger, name blockbuster thing. That's usually how we do it on normal. But if you wow me, if you got a good pitch, and if I got some other performers that might work well with what you're selling, with what you're laying down, then maybe we can put on some good combo act. Introducing you guys. Better, right? It was Better. Introducing Better with the amazing Flaming Tropego. He's great. You'll love him.
Whoa.
But anyway, what I want to hear is, what is your show? We've talked about a lot of things. You had a wizard guy. He left. You had some music. It's a mess. Give me your pitch. What is your show? And I'll see if we can line it up. I'm interested, so you don't need to worry about pleasing me. I'm already interested. Just want to know what I'm buying.
While he's been doing this whole pitch, Jonathan's been walking around the room looking at all the posters of the acts, and he stumbles across one, and it's got this kind of Art Deco style, super symmetrical, and he can't read the Orcish, obviously, but it just consists of a silhouette of a man, lit from the side, gold accents along his rippling muscles, holding a crossbow straight up in the air. And
Stop. Fuck you.
And he says, so here's the thing. Better's we're kind of like a solo deal. We're the show. Not to brag, but I'm saying we are the show. So
Okay.
I don't think having us open or follow an act would really do our whole spiel justice, let alone make sense with whatever it is you're doing in that whatever other show.
Yes, we don't like any of your other performers.
What he means to say is we've never seen any of your acts before, so we have no way of knowing whether we like them or not, and whether it fits with our brand.
Definitely haven't seen them before in a different country. Definitely didn't watch a man die.
He died for his art.
I guess I would like to know then, what is your brand? I saw you change some colors. That's pretty cool. And your little friend got really big. That was cool. I heard some music. That was cool, but that's a lot. What is the brand? And I do ask. I just a blanket statement, just to make sure we're all clear. This is an entertainment thing, and so I better hope you're not pushing some political agenda, because I had a guy do that one time, and it got messy. And for safekeeping, let's keep the religion out, too. We have a whole sector for that.
Oh, no.
Other than that, what's the brand?
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
no, okay, so here's the thing. The Magic Kid...
Jonathan.
Hold on one sec. The Magic Kid, he's kind of like an intern. So far it's 50-50 with how successful he's been at our shows.
Jonathan.
So he's not going to be in the show proper, as it were. Yeah, what, Abiil, what?
I think we might have a problem.
What's the problem?
This is a religious thing.
Is it?
Oh, you're saying we lie.
Oh, shit.
Why? What are we lying about?
The simplicity.
Oh, no, we're doing a show. We're putting on a show to make money for our business.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. For some reason, I always thought
Simplicity and better were same thing, but they're not. We're just doing the better, okay. It's a different. No, I got it. He winks. I got it. We're doing a different thing.
So he's got like fingertips together, like gears turning in his mind, and he turns to Thrawn and goes, so here's the act. We come out on stage, and I'm gonna need, for sure, like a cyan, a magenta, and a yellow like spot on me, for sure.
We can do that. That's easy.
Great. So the whole thing is, it's a bit audience participation. We make things better. We take our tools, and he holds up the simple symbols, and these babies, they can make anything better, and that's like the whole thing. You bring us a thing, pff, boom, better, and then there's a monetary transaction, but that doesn't have to happen on stage. But usually people get a kick out of it. Usually, like after the first one, then everybody gets really into it. But yeah, I think this could drive a lot of revenue for your place.
Thrawn is like rubbing his tusks on the tips as he's thinking, and he's like,
okay, so we'll have some bright colors. We'll have symbols. We'll have flashing colors and things changing, and also side revenue. I like that. A little bit of extra cash. I'm assuming I get a cut, is what you're saying. Well, that's why we're here. We are working on that. That's the deal. Is how much the cut would be.
Again, Jonathan's got like, in Jonathan's mind, this is a business transaction. And in a business transaction, the only successful business transaction is if both parties go away unhappy. Because
what? Wait, what?
That's a real that's a real thing, by the way. That's the goal of any good businessman. Obviously, you want to try and get the most for your party. You want to try and get the best thing for your party. But that's usually impossible, especially if you're doing business with somebody who is powerful, rich, or established.
Okay.
So the only successful business transaction then is to make sure that neither side gets everything, because then both of you still get something.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
I guess,
okay,
yeah.
Sure.
But obviously, Jonathan wants all the money. Jonathan's trying to get, like, the best possible show for better and for Jonathan. But he knows that Thrawn isn't going to let that happen.
I think there's only one way to resolve something like this.
You know what? I think you're right.
Uh-oh.
I think this is, if I've ever heard it, a sales pitch.
Oh, here it goes.
And based on those advantages and those disadvantages will determine how much of the cut Thrawn is willing to spice.
Interesting.
So, still a difficulty 3?
I think so. I will say, I'm not seeing... I guess I could give you a boost because you're role-playing.
I mean, you don't have to give me a pity boost. But
okay, you know what? No, keep it clean then. No boost, no setback.
You can give me a boost if you want to. I'm just saying you don't have to give me a boost.
We don't get a boost from maybe Abiil helping or anything like that?
Abiil has not been helping.
Yeah,
but he could,
if anything, it would have been a setback, yeah. No, we'll keep it flat. We'll keep it clean.
So I got 2 disadvantages and a triumph.
Oh, yeah, so
Okay.
So triumph counts as a success.
Okay,
So you
great.
succeed with flair, but there are going to be 2 negative things that happen.
Interesting.
So
okay.
this is a spicy combo. How about this? Okay, here we go. Here's this. So obviously the triumph is going to be that Thrawn, because it's an extra success. That's like a good success. Thrawn is excited about this deal.
Excellent.
He loves it. He's like,
Boys, I think we've got ourselves a profitable venture moving forward. This is fun. It's flashy. It's for the whole family. And we can get everybody around, get them all together, and that extra cash coming in. Oh, boy, you know. Look, I'm all about the show, but businessman to businessman, you gotta make the profit. So I'm thinking this is so good. We'll have you perform tomorrow for the weekend performance. We're gonna have a big show. And we'll get you out there for your opening debut. We'll get it quickly out. I got some poster makers. They'll get it all over the city. It'll be plastered on every YU tree in the whole town. And everyone's going to be there. Heck, we might even get the Magi over. Oh, they love a good show now and then. Maybe even the Magistrate. Who knows? But my 2 catches is, I can't have you be the only act. This ain't going to fill the whole time. And trust me, you're going to want some warm-up, okay? That's just good performance. and disadvantage 2, I'm going to need 30% of all the revenue from the stage.
Jonathan thinks for a second and says, counteroffer. We choose the second act and 25%. And he sticks his hand out.
Ooh, okay.
Counter offer. I pre-select a list that I think would work well. You choose from that list 27%. And Abiil shakes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
Abiil shakes like, it's a deal.
Perfect.
This is a great deal.
And Jonathan like still has his hand out, and without like moving his body, he just turns his head to Abiil and goes, apparently we do agree to the terms.
Wow, what a great deal. Thank you so much, Thrawn.
Yeah, that went super well.
Wow.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I can pull up a list real quick. I'll let you choose. If you guys have time, obviously the show will be tomorrow. That's pretty big. So I'll let you guys rehearse tonight. Tomorrow morning, the theater will be yours for practicing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. This is going to be great.
And then just so I can know, for the poster, any taglines that need to go on there?
Oh.
Well, we have a slogan, don't we?
Oh my God. They do.
Oh yeah.
But Jonathan says, anything you can do, we can do better.
And now on to the other half of the better partnership. Grorg the Friend Maker and Eloise are leaving the cafeteria with Grilta and their tour guide,
Torfin.
I keep blanking on Torfin's name. I'm sorry.
Torfin and Dorfin.
Yeah, Torfin and Dorfin.
Yeah.
The Orphans.
The orphan, the wait.
Oh, the Orphans. Torfin, Dorfin, the Orphans.
Yes.
So, lol, your meme is canon now. They're orphans.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I said that actually in the episode that was in that episode.
Did you?
Yeah, I said Torfin the orphan.
If you didn't, it's canon now, bitch. Anyway, they are heading towards Borlin Hall.
Yeah, Torfin's walking backwards, obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
He's like pointing out different statues, and he points out one statue in particular of like a rather imposing looking orc. It was like made out of some sort of bronze, but like over time it's like patinaed to that like that dull green color, all except for the tusks, which are like polished bronze.
I love this already.
Torfin says, oh my gosh, guys, okay, so I honestly didn't think we'd be coming by this way, but we stopped at the cafeteria, which was great, definitely needed a meal, so thank you for that, but this right here is potentially one of the most important pieces of history on campus. This is a statue of our founder, obviously an extremely important figure in the Instagram's history. This is Brachus Snakebite, who, first of all, legendary orc.
Oh, yeah.
He was a ferocious fighter, just an animal. And what set him apart from everybody else was the fact that instead of choosing a weapon, instead of deciding to fight with any orc-made martial tools,
right,
he made himself immune to a specific type of venom by ingesting small bits of it over a long period of time. And before battle, before hunting, he would coat his tusks in the venom.
What?
And that would be how he would make his kills. I mean, just, chills every time, chills.
Grorg and Grilta, they both got chills, and I think they both know, I know where you're going with this, they both rub the tusks.
Yes!
They both rub the tusks of the statue.
And Torfin like walks backwards over to the statue and does the same. And he says, everybody on campus rubs Brachus's tusks for good luck, especially before exams or before fighting training or before having to go meet the educators. But it just a great piece of history on campus.
I did not know that Brachus, I'm a huge Snakebite fan. I've been since I was a little one, since I was a Banus, you know what I mean? I've just been such a huge fan. I did not know he founded the Graham, though. I thought, I must admit, I'm getting my heroes mixed up. I thought he died fighting a heinous beast, but I think that was, oh no, you're thinking of, Borkus. You're thinking of Borkus.
Wait, what was this guy's name?
Brachus.
Brachus and Borkus?
Yeah, this is Brachus.
Yeah.
Why would you do this, Nathan?
They weren't related, or he's like specifically talking to Eloise. It's like they weren't related at all, but their names are so similar. It's a very common mix-up among orcs. It's just one of those things.
Does Eloise rub the tusks?
She's too short.
Oh, it's a tall statue.
I mean, it's a big statue, and she's like a person. Yeah. I think she walks up. She like moves to, because the only way she's going to be able to reach the tusk is to like scale the statue, and she's like she's like, that's probably not
right.
That's probably not cool.
Do you want a boost?
If there's one thing we've learned, it's that you can't just go around climbing things whenever you want.
Yeah.
I think Eloise gets a little embarrassed. She says, No, I don't. I'm good. And starts walking towards the Borland Hall. And Torfin, seeing that somebody might potentially overtake him in the tour, begins to speed walk backwards and says, okay, and we're going. And we're going towards Borland Hall, which is, as you know, the fight capital of the Instagram, where orcs learned fighting, where orcs learn their martial skills and prowess in battle. I myself haven't spent much, if any, time in Borland Hall. So I don't have any specific connections to it, but I have a lot of orc friends. And obviously I want to support them. So like, that's very cool. I'm probably just going to leave you guys at the door, because as much as I would enjoy spending my entire day with you, I do have other tours. I know, Grilta, I'm sorry.
Hey, next time you see Dorfin, tell him Grilta the tree knower sends her love.
I will do that. Thank you.
Love and affection.
Okay.
And admiration.
How did you know? In what capacity?
We met one time.
Okay.
But once I meet someone,
Grelta just gives a bear hug to Torfin and whispers in his ears,
we become one person, like the Ba Wayu and the Wayu.
Oh.
It's the same. Oh. We are one now.
And then she gives us a little kiss on the ear. Right there. Just
thank you for becoming one with me.
Whoa.
I think Grorg is like, what? This is really? These are not culture things. Yeah. This is a Grelta thing.
Yeah, Eloise is blushing for sure. Once Torfin becomes disengaged from
whatever
Grelta,
just happened,
he's holding her hands, clasping her hands in his hands, and goes, Grelta, can I say something?
Of course.
Thank you for allowing me to stand here with you in your truth. That was a really powerful moment, and I'm never going to forget that.
Neither will I.
And now I am going to chase my bliss and do what fulfills me. And I need to go do, and he looks around, he looks back towards the building he first came from. It looks like 3 more tours, but we're going to make it 1, baby. And he sprints back towards the building and says, he yells back, he's like, if you need anything, just ask where I am. You'll probably hear me already. And he keeps running.
Nice guy. And now we are one. So how about that Borland Hall? Yeah.
Wow.
That was I don't even know. Yeah.
That was powerful, for sure.
Yeah. So
I think Grorg is at a point where he kind of wants to go into Borland Hall just with Eloise.
Okay.
But he doesn't know how to get rid of Grelta. He's like,
Grelta, this has been fun, all hanging out. But I was kind of wondering if you could go check on Trouble. Yes. I'm worried about the little guy.
Oh, and Eloise is completely oblivious. She's like, oh my gosh, that's right. Oh, I wonder how he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, obviously. I gotta check on the little guy. Will you guys just stay here then? Yeah.
Thanks,
we'll be here. Okay, I'll be
and Grelta gives Grelta gives you both a hug, brings you in close, into the ear, into your in between both of you, and says,
also, we are one now.
And kisses both your ears, and then leaves.
When that happened with Torfin, I immediately began to dread the moment when that happened to us, but I didn't know that it would be so soon. That was really fast.
It was right now. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
shall we?
That was a lot of emotions, none of them mine. All right. Yeah, and so they walk into Borland Hall.
And really, isn't that what doing college tours is all about? A lot of emotions, none of them mine.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't want this to be a full scene, but I think Grorg goes,
Wait, you're not feeling any emotions right now? Okay, all right.
No, I mean, like I'm excited.
Yeah,
this is going to be fun. I just
Same.
I wasn't expecting to be like
No, I'm excited. That's what I said.
like caressed by anyone today. And it was just it just felt very felt very personal for someone who I just met.
Right.
Is all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, but if someone had known you
Yeah,
longer.
like I mean if it was my sister or like a good friend, like yeah, I get it, but like
Oh, right.
yeah,
Right,
okay.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
A good friend.
Okay, yeah.
What about like
Okay, yeah.
okay, so they go into Borland Hall, and it's obviously multiple rooms, but the main space, I'm picturing like a dojo-esque.
Like that scene from The Matrix where Neo learns karate.
Yeah, where you've got like a
Excellent.
open space, some pillars and open ceiling to the sky. You've got room to do your combat, do your fighting. The ground is some kind of woven mat with rings in case you're doing some kind of wrestling, fighting. You can push people out. And then there are cabinets and storerooms outside of the combat ring. So you've got the combat ring with some pillars with a roofed area around that. And that's where all the weapons are, on racks. There are, of course, educators and staff just guarding the weapons, protecting them. You don't just have weapons out willy-nilly where students can just take them. And the super special ones are locked up in cases. But there's a couple legendary-esque weapons that are on display.
Can we get some flavor on those?
Yeah, of course we will.
You said legendary weapons. I mean, like Eloise is definitely looking at those because
Nice.
Okay, so we've got one that's called. It's got snakes on the brain, so we got the snake mail, which is like a mail, like the.
It's like snail mail but faster.
No, like the mace. That's not a mail, then, isn't it? It's
Morning Star.
like a morning star, where it's like a spiky ball and a chain. But this one's a really long, spiky chain.
Okay.
With only like 2 spikes at the end, so you could like hook into someone and like rip kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So you got one of those, and it's clearly made out of some like shimmering blue metal. So that's pretty cool.
We love things that are made out of blue metal.
Magical blue?
No, not
metal?
that. It's not that shade of blue. It's more of like like a cyan, shimmery teal.
Oh, okay. We also love that. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, whatever. I can't say a single color. You're like, colors? God of colors? Oh? Did you say a color? Does it make it better? Oh? Shut the fuck up. We've also got...
You've created this monster.
We've also got a shield. We got a shield that I'm picturing as like a Roman centurion shield, so it's like a big chunky rectangle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on it you can see Grorg, could explain it to Eloise if she asks, but it's the 5 different beasts.
Okay.
Beasts.
Yeah.
All on it fighting, just like in fighting poses.
I think she's able to intuit because she can probably recognize the Banus because that's the only one she's seen.
No, she saw
And
the Duchas.
Where? Oh, at JJ's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
she's seen both of those, so I think she can intuit what the others are. And she sees the Heinous Beast, and she turns to Grorg and said, "Your dad fought one of those?"
Yeah.
She looks at the Heinous Beast, and it is black. That's its primary color, with 2 red glowing eyes. Again, it's silhouette, so you can't get too much detail, but that's what's on there.
Yeah.
It is similar to a panther in shape, with a long tail and 4 almost like, not pouncing, what's the word? Like hunting, stalking,
Prowling.
Prowling. That's the word. Thank you. Prowling stance. But one thing that she doesn't quite recognize, because again it's a silhouette, so you can't see the detail, but protruding from the bottom of the jaw of the Heinous Beast almost seems like maybe 2 more arms that go upright at the end that like hook upward, or maybe it's just got a big underbite, so she's not quite sure what this is at the bottom.
Weird. So it doesn't just look like tusks, for lack of a better word.
It is definitely
Interesting.
sticking out quite a bit from the front of the mouth and then hooking upward.
Okay.
And so that's the heinous beast. Does she look at the other ones? I can do quick.
Oh no, I think she literally just says to Grorg, like, your dad killed one of these?
Oh yeah, yes he did. And I'll be honest, even though he's told me the story, still don't believe it. Like I believe him, like I don't doubt him, but it's like one of those things like shock and awe. Kind of like I'm not like my dad's a liar. Like it's just like, wow, that's so cool. Wow, like that. Like I believe my dad. I love my dad. He's great.
Yeah.
I did think that's what he meant, and I was very shocked for a second.
No, this isn't like that's not the drama. There's no like, that's not what's going on. I love my dad's great. I just haven't spoken to him in a while, so, but I will.
And then the third weapon, which underneath it is written in Orcish, but Grorg quickly translates to be Borlin's Blade. This is the blade obviously worn by the great Borlin, who the hall is named after. You don't even need a tour guide to tell you that. You can figure it out, right? That's easy. And I'm picturing, man, it's just got to be a good old Buster sword. Just a big, gigantic sword that's probably like 2.5 feet in width and length.
Oh my God.
Almost bigger than Thrond. Maybe even bigger than... It's just this sword that you're like, how do you wield this? And going through the middle of it is a rod, a core, that it almost looks like flowing magma. Just in the central core, giving off this glowing orange light. And the hilt of it is golden, wrapped with just like shimmering threads. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. And I'm picturing it's up above like an archway.
Wow.
Stepping out from that archway are two noble figures, two orcs, both of them proper stance. They walk out side by side,
almost like dancers.
Yes, it's just great, well trained, and they're both wearing not like plate armor, but good training armor,
like modern, like padded, like almost like I feel like modern training armor looks kind of comical. With like the weird like poofy helmet and all the stuff. Like I feel like they're just wearing like either like studded leather armor or just like padded leather.
Yeah, exactly. No helmets. Orcs don't need helmets.
Yeah. They have tusks.
They have tusks and good skulls. You don't need them.
Tusks do the same thing, basically.
Tusks are helmets. Yes, we all know this.
I mean, it definitely puts a distance between you and whatever's in front
like
of your head.
It's like a face guard, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like a football helmet.
It's clear by the way that they walk in that they are, staff or
a woman's man.
I almost did that too. Oh my goodness. Well, I got one of their voices.
Oh no, my God. It's the Bee Gees.
No, I can't. I can't do that voice. I can't. I have a different silly voice.
That's the voice I tried to do for one of the guys in the Bombadilio story.
I do remember that one.
Eloise has no idea what to say. She sees these two people. I think she turns. She's like, should we not be here? Like, are we not supposed to?
That's a great point. Excuse us. We were here on tour, and we're just admiring everything, and we were wondering. My friend here was wondering if she could get some weapon training, and I also just got named and would like to pick my weapon. Maybe. I'm still thinking about
it. From context, I'm guessing these are educators, right? I don't know if we've said that word yet, but I think they are, right?
I don't.
No?
I don't know.
I don't
know if the people who train in the fighting in instruments, fighting in weapons are considered educators in the same way that like the people who train like manners and like the way to live are educators.
I think they're definitely on staff, but they're not called educators.
The orc on the left looks Eloise up and down, which doesn't take him much time, and he notices the two odd leather pouches on her hips.
The tiger claws?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's got kind of a confused look on his face, and he says, "Is that your weapon?" And Eloise says, "What these? Oh yeah." And she throws her hands in there and draws them and just kind of holds them, like no fighting stance or anything. Right. Just kind of holds them. And like as soon as she draws the
trainer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trainer puts his hand out without looking and grabs an item from his right. They're actually like put into these the only thing I can think of is those things that you like snap mops into to like hang them on the wall, but it's like right on either side of the arch.
It's like a clip.
Yeah. And he grabs it. He like lunges towards Eloise, who obviously doesn't know how to react. But this object that he's grabbed, it's like a long pole with what looks like the letter U at the top of it, and he pins down one of her arms with the U and like kicks the tiger claw away. And then in another quick motion, he like flicks the other tiger claw out of her other hand. And he steps back and he goes, well, that's a shame if that's your weapon. You're not very good with it.
I think the other orc comes over, grabs the 2 tiger claws, and just kind of looks at him and goes, yeah, this is kind of flimsy. Where'd you get these? Probably from some flea market?
Eloise is definitely, she's beet red.
Oh.
And she's like, no, not exactly.
Was it from some, like, wandering snake oil salesman?
You could say that.
That is where they're from, right?
That is where they're from.
Okay, I kind of, yeah. I couldn't quite remember.
Well, these ain't gonna do. Honey, these ain't gonna do. We're gonna have to get you something better. We're gonna have to teach you right.
I think we gotta name these fuckers.
Yeah. All right. My name is Megan Trainer.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck, Nathan. You know I have to follow that.
They wouldn't be named. Well, no, they would. That checks out, actually.
I'm an orc. My first name was Megan, and I became a trainer.
I've got it. I've got it.
I've got it. If you say my name is Pokemon, I swear to God.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
I will leave this call.
That's a good one, though. I wish I would have thought of that. And my name is Personal Trainer. Guys, this is a problem, because this is the funniest shit we're going to do all episode, and it's not the end.
Gosh. But you can just call us by our proper names, which is Trainer and Trainer. Don't worry. His is spelled with an E. Mine is spelled with a U.
Oh, jeez.
Where's the U in Trainer?
All right, let's get started.
Wow. All right. So, personal gets down into like a good, like crisscross seated position. And he like puts his like weird staff down at his feet, and he says, "So I think what my co-trainer here was trying to say is that these weapons are not for you, little miss. These are not your weapons, as it were. Just judging by your height, your reach, your build, tiger claws ain't gonna do it. Especially tiger claws that these make.
Ain't gonna do it.
Not today.
Ain't for you.
Nope. Might be for somebody.
Someone else, not you though.
Not you." And Eloise kind of like snaps out of her embarrassment. She's like, "Wait, so you can tell me? Like what? You can tell me what weapon works for me?" Well.
We can get you in the ballpark. We can point you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be down to your decision. We can't make that choice for you.
And I mean, if I'm honest, I don't. It depends on belief, but I don't believe that you really make that choice either. I truly believe that choice is made for you, and it's not really a choice at all. There is a right answer.
That's right.
And whether
Canis has made that choice for you since.
That's right.
Since the great fight. That's right. Since the good clash, all those decisions have been made.
That's right.
And it's about getting in tune with that resonance of that clash.
Whoa.
So are you ready to get started? And I think Eloise is like, "Oh my God, it's me." Yes, absolutely, yes.
All right. Well, then I think. Listen, you ain't a student here, so this is pro bono, as it were. But we see your case, we see your passion, and should we make a dice? I feel like there should be a dice roll.
Oh, wait. Show us your fighting stance.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you're gonna have Eloise roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that one of her moves?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Does she have a fighting stance move?
She does.
She does? Yeah. Oh, shit.
Excellent.
It's a weapon attack. You use intellectual power.
Oh.
Okay.
And you add an additional green die to weapon handling.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so then make a weapon handling move, but you use 1 IP to give yourself an extra green dice on this weapon handling move.
What's the difficulty?
I think difficulty...
This is a fairly big thing.
This is pretty big, so let's go...
And she's fairly a beginner.
Yeah, let's go 3. But I'm going to go... You get a boost because I'm going to say Grorg is not like helping her. But he's also
support. Yeah.
But he's like...
But he gives her a look and it's like we practice.
You know, he's kind of like... starts getting into one of his. He's like, don't forget the knees, you know? Like...
Yeah. And she's like, right.
So I'll give you a boost on that.
Oh, God. This... Okay. As usual.
Come on, give me something good.
3 successes, 2 disadvantages.
Okay. So the success is going to be that they're going to train her, right? That's a success.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, I hate this. But a disadvantage might be that they don't let Grorg stick around.
Huh.
Or maybe they train them separately.
Okay.
Yes. They train them separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one disadvantage. The second one is going to be that they'll have to pay.
Sure.
Okay.
Because they've got... Do you have money?
Yeah, I have 1,000 silver paper.
I think everyone should have some.
Okay.
We all worked in a restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, this isn't going to be much because 1,000 silver paper is what, like $20, $40?
Yeah.
Not much. So here's the scene. All right, honey. It's all right. You clearly got something. You got enough. We ain't starting from the beginnings. So what we're gonna do is, since you, Mister, what was your name?
Grorg the Friend Maker.
All right, Mr. Friend Maker, we're gonna be, we'll be willing to work with both of you, but in order to help you, because you're at different levels, we're gonna have to train you separately. I'll work with you, Miss. What was your name again?
Eloise?
I'll work with you, Eloise, and then personal will work with Friend Maker.
I'm really glad you did that because I was just about to ask you, can we please not make the mistake of having you train yourself and have me train myself?
I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I know what I'm doing. And so we'll work together. Right. And because this is our job and you ain't friends, although we might be, Mr. Friend Maker, we might be, soon, we're going to have to charge you. We're going to have to charge you a little bit.
Yeah, you'll probably need to cut out the line where you said it's free.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
No, see, now I want to be very clear. The pro bono, we work with beginners all the time. We've got a very structured way to start all that.
Got a system.
But as we can see, you've had some training, and so going from here, you got to have kind of a personalized experience because we got to unlearn you some things that you learn wrong,
some bad things,
and we gotta learn you some new things. But it's all going to be dependent on where you are at and where you decide to go.
How's that sound?
Yes, 100 times yes.
Well, that's great. Yeah. I was just going to ask if we could, but let's do it. Yep. This is exactly how I envisioned this going.
Oh, God. It's hitting me how many times Grorg is getting burned in this episode.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's okay. It drags down. He had a good win, last time, so we got to...
Yeah.
So, we'll split up, we'll train, and then we'll pay, afterwards.
Do I get my tiger claws back? Nope. No, you don't.
Those ain't yours anymore. I mean, like, we're not going to take them. Like, they're physically yours. Like, they belong to you. But that, well, personal. We could have that be part of the fee. That will cut down the fee if we take the claws.
We'll talk.
We'll talk about. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. To the training. All right, speaking of training, there's one person who's been working very hard, maybe, that we haven't seen in a few episodes, and that is our blue friend, Trouble. It is now my turn to sit out of the scene. Take it away.
The room that the educator and Trouble are in is a different one than they were last in.
Okay.
They've moved a couple of rooms. Each one is set with different objects depending on whatever they're learning about or what if she needs visual aids or if she's reinforcing something.
Yeah.
But the room that they are currently sitting in, the walls are made to look like shops.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like painted on like you're in the middle of a city street. And like, of course, like there's like support pillars in the room, but they've all been like paper mache'd to look like Waiyu trees.
Nice.
I love it.
And so they're just sitting. Like the educator is like sitting, legs crossed, eyes closed on a pillow. And opposite her is another pillow that Trouble is supposed to be sitting on in a similar fashion. So Jamie.
Yeah, I imagine like if the trees aren't terribly sturdy, then one of them has clearly suffered some damage from when he attempted to climb it earlier in the lesson. I don't think he is now, though. I think now. So you said currently she's just sitting down.
Yep, she's like almost meditative.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. Let's say Trouble is also sitting down opposite. He doesn't have his eyes closed. He's certainly not being patient or quiet. Well, I guess he's being quiet. He looks concerned, and he's just sort of like looking back to the door and back at her, and clearly not 100% understanding what he's supposed to be doing here, you know?
So, yeah, I mean, the educator is like unmoved. She's like a statue, just breathing, just like in through the nose, out through the mouth, just like completely relaxed and just stationary.
Trouble stands up, and still watching her, he like takes a step towards the door just to see if she does something, you know?
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay. Takes another step.
Yeah, still nothing happens.
Huh. This is interesting. You said there's also little areas made to look up like shops, kind of?
Yeah, like the walls have these little like shop fronts.
Is it detailed enough that there's like stuff on the walls, or not really so much?
Yeah, there's like bowls of like fake food and like wooden blocks that are made to look like cups and bottles and like fake wares.
Okay. Yeah, Trouble, he'll pick up one of the bowls and right away look back to where she is. Like, is she gonna do something?
No.
Okay.
But as soon as he picks up the bowl, all of the storefront windows open, and like in the windows there are like the same orcs that have been lining the walls in all the other training rooms. Because in this room it's just the two of you, but the windows open, and all the windows, there's two orcs, and they just start whispering and like looking at Trouble, and like obviously whispering about Trouble, but they're just whispering and whispering.
Okay.
And the educator's brow kind of furrows a little bit, but she's still sitting.
I'm in Trouble's situation in that I genuinely don't know what's happening here. Trouble is very confused, so he puts the bowl back down, and he kind of like hunches his shoulders like, what?
Yeah, the as soon as the bowl like touches the countertop, the whispering stops, and like the orcs reach through and like close the windows.
What is going on?
And I want to be clear, this is not the first time that Trouble has heard this, because his first time of trying to climb and destroying the tree in the room, that's the same thing has happened.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But us as right now, obviously, this is the first time you're hearing about this, the first time the listener's hearing about this, but this is not the first time that Trouble has heard this.
Okay, so there's a couple of different transgressions that he's done that have resulted in the windows open, everyone is whispering and looking at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like teaching like faux pas.
It's like a public setting.
Oh, okay. As frustrated as he is, he's still kind of like, and you can see that he is, because he like bares his teeth a little bit. He's still frowning, but then he takes a second and he like kind of takes a huff breath, and he hesitantly walks towards one of the closed windows, and he knocks on it.
It opens, and the orc inside says, "Would you like to buy something?"
Trouble nods. Yeah, definitely.
And the orc...
Don't know if Trouble has real money.
Yeah, the orc holds out his hand.
Hold up. What kind of buying? You want to buy something? Yes. Give me money.
Well, like, each one of the stands has, like, a thing at it. Like, one of the stands has fake bread. One of the stands has cups.
Did someone say bread?
So it doesn't appear that Trouble actually has money, which is fine. So he just goes and picks up that bowl again, and
all the windows open, and everybody starts whispering and looking at him.
This poor man is so lost. He puts it back down, and he gives as clear a signal as he can of like sorry, didn't mean to. I don't know what that would look like exactly.
Like hands up.
Yeah, he probably puts his hands up,
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
shoulders raised, hands up, like, oh, hey.
Yeah, didn't mean to. I don't know what the guy wants me to give him. He walks back to... Is the guy still there?
The educator?
The
or
window?
the guy in the window? Yeah, the guy in the window is still there. He's holding out his hand.
Yeah, Trouble's gonna go back up to that guy, and he hates to do it. It makes him feel real lousy, and he's very embarrassed. I think his face goes a little bit purple, I guess.
Nice.
And he looks at the guy who has his hand outstretched, and he says, hint.
The guy holding out his hand, expression doesn't change at all. His eyes just like flick over to where the educator is sitting.
Okay.
And for the first time since you guys came to this room, the educator opens her eyes and stands up and walks over to where Trouble is. She kind of crouches down until they're like eye level with each other, and she says, "It's always okay to ask for help." And she kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and like guides him back towards the pillows and like gestures for him to sit down on the pillow.
Yeah, there's no reason not to do that, so he does. Yep.
She sits down on her pillow and she looks at him and says, "Do you need something?"
Oh boy, I want him to do the universal sign of money, which is rubbing his fingers together, but I don't think that would check.
I mean, you could do whatever you want. You're a beast.
Yeah, but I don't think that makes sense in our world.
He could like show like empty pockets.
Yeah, he kind of tilts his head over towards where the shop is and the guy in the window, and then he kind of like makes it clear that he has nothing in his pockets, and he like shrugs.
In his big baggy pants.
Yeah, his gigantic baggy pants. Yeah.
She reaches into her vest and produces like Monopoly money. Like it's like it's
Monopoly
like,
silver paper.
Yeah. And she hands him like a fat stack of it, and
all right.
Like sits back down on her pillow and smiles.
Yeah. I mean, he does exactly what you'd expect. He's gonna go back to the guy in the window. I think at first he gives him the entire stack, probably not knowing that that's way more than he needed.
Yeah, totally. And the guy, like, without breaking a stride, the guy like counts out in Trouble's hand, like his change.
1,000, 2,000.
Right.
He gestures for Trouble to take a bowl and then closes the window.
So Trouble takes a bowl, and do we finally not
and
have
there is
that
silence.
happen?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay. That makes me feel less stressed in real life.
And the educator smiles again and stands up and walks over to Trouble. For the first time this entire like education process, the first time the entire day, she looks at Trouble and she says, "Good job."
Huh.
She gestures. The door, like at the other end of the room, is opened by one of those orcs, and she gestures to the next room.
So he's gonna walk towards the door, assuming that she's following to the next part of the training. Okay, gotcha.
So they walk through that door, and instead of being another room behind it, they're outside.
Oh, okay.
They've been through like so many rooms in the course of their day,
Right.
But for the first time, they're not indoors. And in front of them is like a little stone, like covered patio. There are like just a couple of those like regulator orcs standing around, but there's nothing stopping Trouble from just booking it, because there's just like 3 steps down, and then bam, you're in like public beacon. Without saying anything to Trouble, the educator just walks over and sits down, and there's a little table that has some sort of a hot beverage prepared for the both of them, and some snacks. And she sits down, like again, like not even looking at Trouble. She just sits down.
I think the openness of the space and how he could leave immediately throws him off, and so now he's like kind of on edge again because he was not prepared for this. I think he would just follow. I think he would also sit down. And
that the educator like puts like a small like pastry on a plate and puts it towards him, and has a pastry on her plate as well. And she sits and waits.
Yeah, he grabs it and he starts eating it. It's like right before he actually gets it to his mouth and takes a bite.
You can see the educator like tense.
Yeah, it's so glad that he stops and he's just like, and he quietly puts it back down on the plate. He folds his hands in front of him and he says,
And the educator says, ah, and she like takes a big bite out of her thing. Yeah. And she sits back in the most like relaxed pose that, again, like she's been all day, because ever since you met the educator, she has been like a ball of wire, just like coiled and poised. Okay. And she reclines back and she says, this was the test I was dreading all day, because so many things could have gone wrong. But I am proud to say that you have learned and grown so much in the past few hours. We educators exist to give people the tools to live right. But out there, it's not about living right. It's about living well. And I think you know a little bit about that already.
Huh.
She reclines back in her chair and takes a sip of her hot beverage and says, you can leave whenever you're ready.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the pastry's gone. Just absolutely. He was hungry. So he hears that. He's sort of looking down at the table thoughtfully.
Also, when she says that, like, all, like, 3 of the regulator orcs are gone. Like, they've left.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. A minute passes after he's finished, and he's still sort of looking contemplative at the street and the buildings around them. And then he stands up from the table, and he gives a bow towards the educator, and he takes a few steps like he is just straight up leaving, walking out into the street and like they're done. And then he pauses for a second, and he actually goes up to her again, and it's clear he's trying to think of the words. He eventually says, request.
I mean, her eyebrows are through the roof. And she says, yes?
The stick. And he kind of like mimes like the kind of thwack motion of like the stick she used earlier, Name?
She leans over, and because she's been carrying it with her this whole time, she picks it up and she says, well, we call these discipline reads. Every educator has one.
Not for fighting.
She laughs. She's like, well, I mean, I've never seen it, but I suppose I can't say no.
Before I leave, fight you again?
She looks puzzled. She stands up and she looks at the discipline read, and she looks back at Trouble and she says, fine, but not here. As you know, fighting in public is frowned upon.
Right.
And so she walks down out of the covered thing and points towards Borland Hall.
Yes.
All right.
And she says, but yeah, I think you've earned a fight.
Hey, Questies, it's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 11 of season 3. Things are getting spicy up on this show. Caliente, picante, chili peppers. Here's some announcements. We got more stuff to announce. What? Another big announcement? Yes, that's right. We've got some new merch already. New merch available on our store, which you can find at kqpodcast.com. In fact, all the announcements I'm about to say today, you can find more information about them on kqpodcast.com. And it is finally time for us to have some non-sticker related merch. We are releasing some 3D printed Honest as Ajax Caravan of Wonder coins. That's got 2 different sides. One side beautifully displays as Ajax's face. The other side is his caravan. They come in 2 different colors. We've got black, We've got blue or better. And you can find all this on our store. These are great keepsakes. They're really sturdy, well built. The 3D model was designed by Jake's brother Ian. So thank you so much, Ian, for designing that 3D file for us. And again, you can buy this at our store at kqpodcast.com. Just click on the merch link. You can find that there. It works as a great D2 as well. So if you're ever playing a board game or a role-playing game that needs a D2, or you need to make a decision, heads or tails, it does work great. I've tested it out. It does have the probability of a coin. Yeah, real durable, real sturdy, and I really enjoy the way that they feel in my hand too. So they're really nice, great, make great desk ornaments. They're awesome. So if you want to check out that Honest Ajax coin, or of course all of our amazing sticker designs, the Search and General badge, the Knights Quest logo, the Better logo, the Honest Ajax coin sticker, where this all started from, you can find it all on kqpodcast.com. Also want to remind you that we have our upcoming Gorf Ball tournament coming up this August. Again, all the information on that can be found on our website, kqpodcast.com. Also, there you can register yourself or a pair or a full team. Thank you to those who have already registered, but I'd love to see some more. We want to fill up a whole bracket. And don't worry about not being athletically gifted. I am not in that case. This is just a place for us to have fun, to get together, and to bond as a community. It's going to be free, so check that out. A lot of fun. Who knows, you might be the first ones to win. Again, it'll be in the Twin Cities area, so if that is you, if you're able to be there this August. And again, that'll be on August 14th, which is the Saturday before our 3-year anniversary, which is pretty fun. So come join us for that, celebrate that. We'll have a lot of fun. Again, so please go to kqpodcast.com, click on the Gorf Ball link, and you can register your team for that. And as always, if you're enjoying the show, please leave us a good review or tell somebody about it. Tell somebody. In fact, maybe the way that you can tell them about it is say, hey, I'm doing this Gorf Ball thing for the show. Do you want to play with me? It'll be just a fun outing. Check out this show. That could be your in on how you explain it. Yeah, word of mouth is the best way that we have to grow as a community. And the more we grow as a community, the more fun stuff we're doing, like this game and more merch. Wow, that's because of our growth. So keep that up. We love you guys. You're incredible. Our next episode is going to be out on June 4th. So look out for that one. May your place in his story belong. Where do you guys want to jump in first? We can go to Johnny Biz, or we can go to...
Oh, wait, time out. When you said that, it reminded me, my mom used to have a magnet on the fridge, and I think it would make a great sticker. The magnet said, "We plan and God laughs," which I think is a hilarious sticker, or a magnet. But I think we could repurpose that and have it say, "Nathan plans and Jake and Jamie laugh." And I think that would make a great sticker.
I think we can work on that.
Nathan plans, Jake and Jamie say, "Sorry, what? I wasn't listening. What?"